Good morning, grade 4. It's another session of ICT this morning. Now, today we're going to continue with the skills that we started learning last week. Now, last week we were practicing our skills on formatting documents. So we made a poster and then we changed font color, font size, and font type. Now, today we are going to move those skills to a Word document. Last week we used Google Slides to make our poster. Today we're going to use Google Docs. Now, what we are going to do is Ms. Bor is going to present you with a document. What is a document? A document is some writing, a story. So it is in plain text, it's in plain writing. Your job is going to be to change the font color, change the font type, change the font size, and you're going to do something more. You're going to insert a picture, and this time you will learn how to wrap the picture. Now, don't worry if the word wrap sounds strange. I'm going to show you what to wrap means. When you wrap a picture, you change how the picture fits in your story, how the picture is placed in your story. So I'm going to start by showing you an example of how your work is going to look. In your Google Classroom, you will find two documents. One is called example. Now the example looks like what is on my screen, and it shows you how your document should look like when you finish formatting it. Now, the other document is called Formatting Task. It is all in black, everything is the same size, but you have instructions next to it, and each instructions tell you what you should do with that line. For example, the title Celebrations, the instructions are that you change it to Arial, which is the font type, change it to size 24, and change the font color to red. Now, you're also going to put a picture in your work, but look at where the picture is. The picture is somewhere in the middle of the writing and it's surrounded by writing. Now, we've put the picture so that the writing surrounds it. This is called wrapping. And I'm going to show you how you wrap an image, how you wrap an image so that it fits inside your writing like this. So let's go to the example so that I show you what I expect you to do. Now, changing font size, font color, and font type is something you already know. But some of you are probably asking yourself, but Miss, you've already typed and we only know how to change before we type. Don't worry. If you've already typed, you have to highlight. Highlight means shade, so you have to highlight what you want to change. So I want to change the title Celebration. I click before letter C at the beginning so that my blinking line is before letter C. Then I highlight. Highlight is when you shade it like that. Now, highlighting is your way of showing the computer what you want it to change so that it doesn't change everything. The computer needs to know what you're changing. So when I've highlighted, when it's still shaded, then I can go and change. This is Arial, so it stays Arial. So we don't have to change that. The font size changes to 24. So I go and I click 24, and you can see that part changes. It's only what I've highlighted that changes. Then I want to change the font color to red. I go to my letter a text color, and I choose red. Now, when I click out, that has already changed. Now, the important skill you need to note is that you have to highlight. Highlighting is your way of telling your computer what you want it to work on. Now, you can do all that changing of font size and font color. Now, the other thing you saw in the example is that your types of celebrations are numbered 1 to 5. Now, you call that a list. So we've created a list. Lists are numbered. They're either numbered using numbers or they have bullet points. Now, today we're looking at how to create lists that are numbered. So let's look at how to do that. So we go back here and we highlight. We highlight all this, Diwali, Valentine, Eid, until there. And then what do? We go to this here. Can you see these lines? The lines that have numbers 1, 2, 3, it's called a numbered list. And we click it, and then we're going to just choose a simple one. We don't want a complicated one. So what we do is we just click on it. We click on it, and now it has numbered them. Can you see that? Now I have Diwali, Christmas, birthdays, all numbered. Now the last skill that we're going to review is how to wrap your picture. Now, because I want my picture to be within the typing or the text, I'm going to put my picture after days. So just before the next paragraph, I'm going to put my picture. So what I do is I click days. I click just after days. Now, can you all see where my blinking line is? Blinking line, remember, is called a cursor. So when I have clicked that, I go and look for my picture. Now, this story is about celebration, so I have to look for a picture about the celebration. But remember, which celebration is it? Eid. I'm going to look for a picture of Eid because that's what it's talking about. It's talking about Eid. So I go and I click there, and then I go and I click insert. We already did this, an image, and then we go to search the web. And when we are on search the web, I go and it brings Google, just the same way in Google Slides, and I'm going to type Eid. So I go and I press enter. Now let's see if it gets me pictures. And those are the pictures I have, showing people praying, all that, showing people praying, and then showing the Quran, showing all that. I want this. So I click that, and then I press insert. Now the picture comes here, but it's too big. Remember, we learned how to make the picture small. I go and click on it, and I use the handle here to make it small. Now, it still does not look like Miss Board, but look here, if I click the picture and I have the handles, I have 3 tools here. Now, these are the wrapping tools. They're the ones that we will use to place our picture inside our writing. Now, you have to use the one called wrap text, the middle one. So if I click wrap text, now look at that. It has brought it here very nicely. Now, I can decide to move it up a bit, and I can leave it there. So that is my picture. That is how you bring your picture within your text. Now, I want you now to go to your Google Classroom, open your formatting task, and start your work. Now, remember, when you finish your work, it should look like the one in the example. So the first